Our lives were never meant to be experienced in black and white. Whether you know it or not, the colors you associate mean something to you. For instance, ask my kiddo as he's going to bed, when he's trying to find his favorite blankie, if colors matter. Ask the bride that's looking for her new wedding dress, if colors matter. But you know what? Colors really come to view when the storms of life roll in and they dare to suck the colors of everything that mean the most to us right out the window. That's when colors matter the most. I have here what I like to call my cancer hat. I purchased it just a couple days before my first chemo treatment, right before I found the 5 bald spots on my head. But because of this cancer hat, because of what it taught me, I gained 3 colors that forever changed my life. You see, the first day of chemo treatment, I sat in the chair, one hand clutching on to my hat, the other hand I held an envelope, a royal purple envelope. And in this envelope was a card that one of my friends had gotten me. And I thought, what a peculiar situation here. I'm sitting here, getting ready for chemo. I feel like my world is falling apart, and I'm holding the color that should be defined by a king and queen that's supposed to have everything together. And I opened up the card, and inside I found a definition of power that stuck with me. Power is not defined by those who have control of their circumstances. Power is defined by those who allow people in to their circumstances and to hold them together when their world is falling apart. This color came into my life every night when I heard the doorbell ring, and it was a meal provided for my family when I couldn't do it myself. I felt this power of relationships when I received a text of a sunrise from some of my favorite friends that woke up extra early just to take that picture, telling me, Bethany, keep on going because you're going to see this one day. Relationships matter. This color mattered. And as my treatments continued, I continued to get weak. I continued to barely even be able to get out of bed. I knew that there was going to be one time in my day that I looked forward to more than any other time. You see, when I took my hat off at home, I could try to be myself, but you see, I have kids. And you can't be sick around your kids, especially around bedtime. And I knew the most favorite part of my day was reaching and touching that golden doorknob to my son's room. Because I knew when I opened it and I got to lay next to him and put him to sleep, it felt like everything just melted away. And I would lay next to him, and we would sing songs, and we would tell stories. And I used to love it when he would rub my head. But one night he looked over at me, and he was supposed to be snoring off the dreamland like every kid's supposed to do. And he said, Mom, are you gonna die? No mom should ever have to answer that question. And lucky for me, I didn't have to that night. But you know where my mind went? To all of those door opportunities that I shut on my son. All of those opportunities when he came to me and said, Mom, come outside and play with me. Mom, can we go to the store? Mom, can we play baseball? When I was able to physically do it, I would tell him no, because I had a phone call to take, or I was busy at work. And now, this color of gold, this doorknob of gold represented doors I needed to open with my family, because they were so important to me, more precious than gold. And as my treatments continued, I was lucky enough to find that day when I was able to go into the office, and they were surprisingly told me, Bethany, your tumors are gone. It's a day that I had dreamed about. So excited. But I knew that I had 4 weeks later to come back in to get the famous red envelope. The envelope that all patients wanted to receive. That was an envelope that you were on break. Instead, my 4-week appointment, with it right there, I was told, Bethany, you're pregnant. And the baby inside of you is not going to reach into your arms because the chemo and radiation in your body is too strong. You need to choose right now what you're going to do. I held on to that faith in me to keep this baby alive. Every move that he made, I put faith. I said, God, you got to get me through this. This faith grew into me, but it never grew as much as the day, 2 years ago today, that we welcomed Matthew Jacob into the world. The most moment is when they pulled out a cord, the very cord that attaches my body to his, and they said, Bethany, you had 2 knots in your cord. Your baby not only survived chemo and radiation, he survived 2 knots. And you know what I do with those colors? As much as I love them, I stuff them down like we often do, don't we? And we hide them away, but we're not meant to live in a world of black and white, are we, Toastmasters and honorable guests? You have been given colors that you need to show. So I hope you'll show yours today. I enjoyed sharing my colors that matter. Your turn.